Hey everybody.
What's cracking, people?
This week's episode is brought to you by Dani and TJ.
Dani and TJ and Dani.
So it's the end of the year. It's our last episode of 2017. So we thought that we would kind of cut straight to the point, excuse me, and cut out the sponsors and things like that, so that way we can give you more of us.
We're not really cut them out. We're just not. We're just kind of making like a home base, straight to the point, but not cutting them out because our sponsors still there.
Yes, they are.
Gainz Sports Gear.
Yeah.
Embrace the process.
Raw HandBags.
So they're still there. They're just not
Thanks for your support.
Open and be our timeout portion.
We're no commercial breaks basically at this point. So with that being said, welcome to another episode of Lovers Quarrel. Again, last episode of 2017.
The last episode of 2017. 2017 has been filled with ups and downs.
I'm ready to leave 2017 behind. But yes, one big up kind of ended on lots of downs. So I'm ready to kind of move on from there. But with that being said, let's just go ahead and jump right into our vent of the week. Mr. Byerson, what do you have for us?
Vent of the week.
Mm-hmm.
This week, my vent is going to be Uncle Tom's.
Wow.
Or, black people who keep other black people from being great.
Crabs in a barrel?
Yeah, My father always said, when you do business with people, never do business with black people. Because black people aren't going to give you, they're not going to look out for you. They're going to they're not going to do what's best for business. He said he's always comfortable giving his money to a Caucasian male because a Caucasian male, even though they may not respect him, they respect his money.
I'm side-eyeing this.
Listen.
I have some of my reservations about that type of statement, but go
ahead.
So
far, he hasn't been wrong.
Continue.
There's been a lot of times that I've tried to spend money with African Americans, and they've treated me like I wasn't even there. I'll walk in their store, they don't greet me, none of that. So, again, it may sound incorrect. It's not politically correct, but he may be onto something. But this stems from two NBA G League players being kicked off of an American Airlines flight.
What's a G League?
G League is it's like the D League, but they changed the name to G League because Gatorade is sponsoring it. So, but there was two players who received blankets from first class from two people in first class. Mm-hmm. And when they went to their seats, an African American
and coach.
Yes.
Okay.
An African American airline person accused them of stealing the blankets. And
she was African American.
Yes.
Okay. I see where you're going with this.
So after that, they were forced off the plane, them and a coach, and then they were put on another plane in first class.
So they still got the blankets.
Yes, they still got the blankets, but it's just, why is it because two African Americans are walking with these blankets, do you assume that they stole these $10 dollar store blankets?
Well, I understand. They probably were assumed to have lifted them from, I guess, the first class passenger seats or something like that. But,
of course. So, but American Airlines sent an apology to them and they put them on first class. So I think that proves that these two gentlemen didn't steal it. It's just unfortunate, and it just reminds me that sometimes we are crabs in the barrels, and we're not going to look out for our own.
Well, I guess,
and that's my vent. My vent is I hate when I do hate when I go into a store and I'll go to a DTLR and they're like, "What up?" and they're talking at the counter like, it is very rarely that they come to me and be like, excuse me, do you need help? What you looking for? You know?
I mean, I feel like what you're saying, I understand what you're saying, but I think you're kind of like combining two different things because you're talking about like, you started off by talking about like black owned businesses and things like that. And like American Airlines is not a black owned business, but you're talking specifically about that particular flight attendant.
I was using that as,
so maybe if you were trying to say like, I get what you're saying, like it's Uncle Tom's or whatever.
So
but
I won't say all black owned businesses or just,
because I mean, our sponsors are black owned businesses.
I would say that a lot of time there are African American people who do not help other African American people.
Or have poor customer service.
A lot of times they have poor customer service.
That was a conversation that I was actually having with my the person who did my nails the other day, because she was talking about wanting to open up her own salon one day, and you know she was saying how sometimes it's your own people that don't want to support you, which is another side to that coin of that people of color don't necessarily always want to support other businesses of color. They're the first one. They're the main ones to be hesitant to actually put their money towards something
because of the experiences.
I responded. I was like, well, what about sometimes you also want to make sure that you're being mindful that you don't fall into those pitfalls and those stereotypes about black-owned businesses, like they're never on time, that their customer service is poor, that they're not responsive, that they have you waiting, and things like that. And so we were having that discussion. So I do know that it comes from someplace. Obviously, all stereotypes are rooted in some thread or common experience that's happened enough times in order for people to start to assume that that's the norm or the standard in order for it to be made into a stereotype. But with this American Airlines situation, it's almost kind of like it was profiling by somebody who was of the same race, which is
and that's typically what happens.
That assumption is like, oh, if they have these blankets, and she obviously didn't see the other passengers give them to them.
I've been pulled over by cops.
And
I've been treated better by Caucasian cops than I was by an African American cop.
It's probably, it's overcompensation.
100%. So just saying that's my pet peeve. So sorry if I didn't sound correct or I didn't say it correctly.
No, you said it
I'm not
correctly.
saying that all black businesses do this, but there's a lot of stories, and I'm pretty sure our listeners can think of a time where they were shopping at a black-owned business or with customer service with an African American and received terrible, terrible service.
Now, just saying that to say,
go ahead.
Have you ever been at a white-owned business or another person of color-owned business or customer service for a larger company and received terrible customer service from
100%. And you know what I do? I speak to the man. I'll give you an example. That one time when my goddaughter got baptized, we went to that spot, and it took 2.5 hours for our food to come out. Mm-hmm. And we had to argue and barter to be able to get a discount off for terrible service. Mm-hmm. But I've been at other places. We went to some restaurant and the food was messed up. Spoke to the waiter. I spoke to the manager. They comped the meal. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. A lot of times, my experience has been because we're black, we may be expecting that. I'm black, you're black, we're going to look out, and it's not that. And in this instance, here is a black person who just sees two African-American males, tall males, and she stereotyped them. Well,
I understand that. All I'm saying though is that I like to be mindful of that because of those types of situations, because we don't take our experience with one white person or one Asian person or one necessarily Spanish person or whomever, and we don't generalize about the entire race. But when it comes to black people or our own kind, we have a negative experience or two, but just the same as we might be with a white owner or a white person, and we clump. But with black people, we clump them all together. So I get where the stereotypes come from. I've experienced them.
I also said it's not everybody. I'm just saying that I have more examples that I can think of with African Americans than I have with other races. That's all I'm saying. And in my life experience.
Okay. Fair enough.
So that's my vent. My vent is people, are just Uncle Toms, 100%. People who don't look out for their own, or because they're their own, they go harder on their own because they have to prove that they're not being down or whatever the case may be.
Okay. Well, thank you for that.
Sure. What's your event?
My event is not really like a gripe about something. I just kind of wanted to touch on something that I did earlier today, and I'm kind of focused on that because it wasn't necessarily as much event as more of it. No, I guess it was event. 2017 started really, really great. We were waiting for the arrival of Tatum, and then she was born in April, and things were great. And then this past summer into the fall, obviously, we dealt with my dad being sick, and him subsequently passing away, and I have been feeling lots of emotions and lots of mixed emotions all the time since then. And I've been off this week because of it being the holidays from school, and I took a moment and I kept kind of going back and forth with myself about whether or not I felt like I should share my feelings and my vent online. And I ultimately decided to do so. And so I posted on Facebook earlier today about how difficult things have been for me. Don't get me wrong, I've had my good moments. I have my bright spots. I'm still have all these things to be grateful for, but it's I sometimes feel like I in my own self, in my own mind, internalized, and I think I feel guilty for feeling sad, or feel guilty for feeling depressed, or feeling frustrated about all these new things that are part of my reality. My reality without my dad, my reality as a landlord, my reality as this person who has to deal with all these other affairs and then still be a wife, a mom, a teacher, a student, and how overwhelming that feels. So kind of putting it into context, I went online and I posted this just to kind of organize my thoughts, and I think it was cathartic. It was helpful because I struggle some days more than others, and I'm always feeling like I'm 3 steps behind everybody else when it comes to every arena of my life. And it's difficult when you feel like you're a burden to the people that you love the most, or that how you feel isn't, you don't know whether or not it should be validated, or if it's real, or if it's normal. And I just looked at it as okay, look, this is a chance for me to kind of put it all on virtual paper and kind of organize my thoughts. Because that's another thing, is that when all these ideas and feelings are swimming around in my head, it's really hard to articulate when I'm trying to talk to somebody about it. And I really think that it was cathartic, again, like I said, and healthy for me to do it. And the level of support that I got in response in my comments and likes and text messages and phone calls as the day went on, let me know that it's okay to share these things out loud, and it's okay to get it out of your system by putting it out there, because it was kind of like a relief for me. And I talked about my resolutions, or not even my resolutions, but my goals for myself for next year, and how I hope that 2018 is just better for me than 2017 and how it ended for me, because ultimately it's what I make of it. And I'm in a difficult position. I'm in a position I'm unfamiliar with. This is uncharted territory, and growth is painful, and growth is uncomfortable. And I guess that's what this time in my life is about me growing. It's about me getting uncomfortable in order to become a better version of myself. But I'll be damned if it didn't suck sometimes, because I feel like I'm not always, understood. I feel like I'm not always understanding, and it's a struggle. But, I'll get into more details as far as what I want to accomplish in the coming year later in the episode. But that vent was a really long post, and this vent on here was lengthy and trying to explain it, but that was my vent of this week. So there you go.
Powerful stuff.
A man, a few words, ladies and gentlemen.
A man, a few words?
Yes.
I mean, I didn't even get to finish talking, but okay.
I'm sorry. I thought you were like...
Cut me off. That's what life is all about.
Not trying to cut you off. Just, I thought that you were like trying to be stoic in your response.
No, I was just going to say, powerful stuff. I'm proud of you. I'm a big believer of saying what you feel and fuck what anyone thinks. So, it's great that you have positive responses, but if you had negative responses, fuck them. And that's what I would have said. But, my thinking and what I say doesn't really matter. So
it does.
It's
It absolutely does. Even if we don't always agree, even if we don't always approach the same situation in the same manner, how you feel matters. It's just different from necessarily how I might feel about the same thing. But, we are a couple, but it doesn't mean that we don't have our, and most of you guys would understand in your own relationships, like you don't always have the same opinion on the same things.
100%. As long as you feel comfortable and then you feel free, I'm happy. So congrats to you.
Thank you. Well, moving right along. So we wanted to, I wanted to. I'm not going to speak for TJ. So I wanted to take this episode to kind of try and do something a little bit, fun, and kind of like a lighthearted way to kind of end the year. So I don't know how many of y'all have seen it on social media, on Facebook, where they'll have those like questions or those like, repost and do this with your spouse or your fiance or your boyfriend, girlfriend, and answer these questions. And it's kind of like the superlatives, the most likely to do this, most likely to do that. So I thought that you and I, TJ, could do a most likely to Lovers Quarrel edition. So I found questions, and then I figured you and I could kind of figure out who would be more likely to do what. And then if we, didn't agree, we can kind of hash it out.
That works. So for this week, we won't be doing a relationship tip of the week.
No.
Quick tip of the week. Go ahead.
I was going to say tip of the week is do this and just kind of, it's a getting to know you activity.
That works. So a tip of the week is New Year's coming up. So spend time with your loved ones. That's something simple.
Sure. Spend time. Quality time is always important. All right. So most likely to questions. Lovers Quarrel edition, which of course that means I stole from the internet. But who is most likely to be happy?
Dani.
I agree. Me. I'm definitely a happier person in general.
I mean, if you ask people, they would say I'm happy, but I would just say you.
I think you are happy, but sometimes, I don't know, or maybe when I should say this, when you're not happy, it's a lot more obvious than when I'm unhappy. All right, so, I already know the answer to this, but who is more likely to forget something?
Oh, I am.
I was going to say I was. You always talk about you're so forgetful.
I thought it meant like forget something like we're about to go away. Did you forget your bag?
Yeah, So TJ comes in the house, like anytime he leaves out in like a rush, I can count down from like 10 to 15 seconds to 0, and he'll come back in the house because he's left his keys, his wallet, his phone. What else do you leave sometimes? If there's like something he's supposed to be bringing with him to said event or occasion, he'll forget that too. So you're right about that. I was thinking more like I forget to like pick up the prescription or to grab milk, stuff like that.
Okay.
So that's what I thought I would do.
That works.
Who's most likely to fall while walking?
You.
I agree.
100%.
I'm a little bit clumsy. Although you're kind of like a bull in a china shop. So it's like I'll trip, but you won't trip, but you'll knock everything over in the process.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, here's one. Who's more likely to be the most popular person in school?
Most popular person in school?
Yes.
I don't know. That may be a tie for real.
I thought you'd say you.
In which school? Like high school, college?
In my mind, I thought high school.
I mean, in high school, I feel like I was popular, but I also feel like I wasn't super popular. I wasn't with the popular crowd crazy. I knew people. People knew who I was, but I wasn't a part of like the popular clique per se.
See, I thought
I was more popular at your school, for real.
That's what I knew he was going to go. He swears he made me pop it at my own high school.
I did.
He didn't.
I gave you some juice. I gave you that juice. They was like, Danny?
He didn't.
He was like, Danny who? Danny Freeman has a boyfriend?
Folks.
What?
We
thought she was going to be gay.
What? Oh, my God. That's because I wasn't out here being a fast ass. Doesn't mean I was a lesbian.
Okay.
That actually we could dive into a little bit deeper in our next episode. So, as far as the origins of TJ and Danny.
I mean, we could, but...
Okay. Who is most likely to take care of the other person while sick? I say me.
You're most likely to take...
I take
care of myself.
I'm more nurturing. I would take care of you faster than you would take care of me when I was sick.
That's crazy. I be checking on you. I go to the store. I do all that.
Okay, and I do that stuff too.
I can't remember.
You're like a mean nurse though. You're always like, you need to take this, drink this, eat this.
So that's the difference. I'll do it, but you want me to do it the way that you want me to do it.
I'm sick. Why would you be so like you're like a drill sergeant, nurse?
I could
ratchet?
be sick, and you'll be like, "Well, I still had to go out, or I still had this plan." So
you don't even get sick that often. That's not true.
All right.
Okay. Who is most likely to get annoyed over small things?
Me. I'll take that.
TJ.
I don't have time for the fuck shit. So.
You make mountains out of molehills.
Sure.
Number 7.
Problems start small and then they grow big.
At times.
I'm just saying.
Most likely to be impatient. TJ.
Definitely impatient.
Yeah. But then when other people are waiting on him, what happens?
I don't know. You tell me.
Then it's not as big of a deal. Who is most likely to complain about things?
I am. Just because I'm not going to just take the bullshit. So I'm not going to just take it. You can't tell me that urine is lemonade and I'm going to be like, oh, okay.
Okay. I have no disagreement there.
You know.
All right. Who is most likely to be sweet?
Most likely to be sweet. I would say myself, but you can say you.
I could see both of us in our own respective ways.
You got it.
So, I don't know. Who is most likely to be nice? I'm nice. I'm definitely the nicer one.
You're always nice, 100%.
All right.
You're as nice as nice gets.
And who's most likely to be the best at school? That'd be...
You.
Well, you're Mr. 4.0 now. That used to be me. I'm the dunce now.
I had one semester.
Mr. 4.0.
I never said that you were a dunce, but okay. I wouldn't go that far. That's pretty extreme. But I had one semester with a 4.0. That's it.
Okay. But you already got your master's.
I mean, listen.
But who do you think, okay, overall though, all education, who's the better at school?
You are. You're the one who got accepted to like all 26 high schools that you applied to, so.
Well, yeah, but...
Shit, I was going to go to City College for real.
Well, there's nothing wrong with City College.
I mean, yeah, I'm just saying. I didn't think anything about anything else. I was just going to be a local. That's what my family did, so that's what I was going to do.
But look at you now.
Look at me.
All right. Who's most likely to be the better cook? You are, I would say.
I feel like I can go any way. You don't want to cook, so that.
Well, that's half the battle is wanting to do it.
You're right.
So I feel like I enjoy your food more than you enjoy mine, no matter who cooks.
I don't think that's always the case. I may critique it because I will critique my own food, but
I guess I'm just less critical.
You'll eat anything, and
you make me sound like a garbage disposal.
I'm just saying, like, it goes back to that other question. You don't see anything wrong with anything. Food could be disgusting, and you'll find a way to make it not disgusting. So,
well, I guess it's a gift and a curse.
I guess.
Oh, this one should be easy. Who's most likely to fall asleep during a party? Me.
Okay.
I'm one who's always tired.
I can agree with that.
And usually you're the mayor, so usually the life of the party. Who is most likely to be the best at math? I say you.
That's me.
Yes. Nobody can get over on TJ at a bodega when we're ordering sandwiches because he can do the math in his head so fast. This one's definitely me. Who's most likely to cry when happy?
Dani, 100%.
Yeah.
Hopefully y'all didn't hear me yawning. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It happens. Who is most likely to buy things that they don't need?
Dani.
What? You're a liar. I buy things that I don't need.
What do I buy that I don't need?
Clothes.
I do need it.
You buy way more clothes. Sneakers.
I do need my sneakers.
Absolutely. You do not need every pair of sneakers that you own.
I don't have every...
How many pairs of sneakers do you own? That's the first question. I'll wait. It's going to be a pause, y'all, and it's not going to be dead air. It's just us waiting for him to do the calculations, of how many sneakers he owns.
I thought I was quick with math. I probably got like 30 pairs.
30 pairs. How many pairs have you never even worn?
Probably like... Excuse me. Probably like 15.
So half of the pairs of sneakers that you own,
I got some
you've
heat.
never worn.
I got some heat.
Yeah, but so my thing is that you're buying stuff that you don't need. You've only
got
2 feet. You've only got 2 feet.
You buy shit because you know you're going to kill an outfit. You got outfits in your head. First off, there's some sneakers that I wanted to return, and you was like, no, I like those. And I kept them, and I'm like, damn.
That's like 3 pair.
Okay, so that'd be 27.
Okay. And so
anyway,
you buy things that you don't need.
I buy things that I want.
Okay, so want and need are 2 different things.
And everything that I buy that I want is what I need.
No, that's what you tell yourself.
I do. No. First off, with all my sneakers, I can't just wear them out the box. Like, growing up in Harlem, that was corny. Like, anybody who wore sneakers the first day they got them, that meant you really wasn't getting them sneakers like that.
Okay.
Like, you were so pressed to wear them that you went to go buy them on Saturday morning, and then once you got in line, like, when you bought them in the store, you was like, nah, let me put them bitches on now. Like, you wore your outfit like, that was just corny. And that's probably my problem. Like, I be holding stuff.
Yeah, for like 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
I just opened up my 72 10s.
I don't know what those are.
You gotta look them up.
I know what they're named after, but I don't know what they look like.
All my sneakerheads out there know what the 72 10s are.
Okay, but you buy things that you want and don't need.
Okay.
You were definitely the shopper between the two of us.
Being the shopper has nothing to do with anything.
Okay, but you do.
I buy the stuff that I need.
No, that's not what you need. You buy the stuff. 30 pairs of shoes for 2 feet.
Yeah, them things came out in December of 2015. I didn't bring them out until like 2 years later. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But listen.
And that's still not including, folks. That's not including the shoes that he owns. We're talking about just sneakers. He also, now that he's grown and he's older.
You I'm an old head?
You're not old head. I'm older than you, so I'm not gonna call you
old as fuck.
I'll be old as fuck. You know what? I'm old. I'm tired. I'm this. I'm that. I own it. I'll be an old lady. I like my old lady ways. But He's not even like talking about like the loafers and the
You said how many pairs
the monk
sneakers
strap shoes and the
I got a few pairs of shoes
and the boots and
I got a few a little bit of everything. And I wear those during the winters.
He has more shoes than one person would even know what to do with. He has more shoes than we have space for him. So
that's just because
the size.
No, it's just we got a small. We don't have like large. If he still lived at
Hunt Club.
Nah, Hunt Club wasn't that big for real. I was thinking my mother. Cardiff. That shit was.
That bedroom was huge.
Huge.
The closets weren't that huge.
So what? We had so much space, and I had a couch in there. I had a whole fucking couch in there.
We had a couch in Hunt Club too.
Wow. I don't remember.
It was a couch when you came. Anyway.
All right.
Way too many shoes.
Next question.
Oh, this might be the last one. Oh, this answer is TJ too. Who is most likely to crash their car?
That's crazy.
TJ.
I'm most likely to crash my car just because I've been in crashes before.
You've been in more than me. How many car accidents have you been in and has it been your fault?
And it's been my fault?
Yeah, where you ran into something or someone else.
Probably twice, 3 times. And how many times have you?
Once.
That's crazy to me. First off, one of those don't count.
Why?
Because you made me drive when you should have been driving.
No, because I was falling asleep at the wheel.
No one told you to fucking be tired. So that one needs to go to you.
No, it's not.
100%.
That was my car you crashed.
That would have happened if anybody could have been in that situation. The hydroplaned.
Okay, but still, in the eyes of the law, you're at fault. You ran into the back of the pickup truck. Then you crashed.
Do we have to go through insurance to get their car fixed? No.
I don't remember.
All right, so then that doesn't.
You crashed the Diamante, right?
Yeah.
What else did you crash?
The Avenger.
You crashed every car you've ever driven.
I've only totaled 2 cars though.
So I rest my case. Who's more likely to crash your car? You.
That's crazy.
I crashed 1 car.
Yeah, you totaled. Exactly. The first car you ever crashed, you totaled.
It's not but it's the only car I've ever crashed.
All right, so you have a total.
My Camry, somebody stole it and crashed that one.
So that automatically goes to you.
That does not go to me.
It goes to you.
I was not in the car.
If they couldn't pin it on the pregnant woman who was in the passenger seat, and while you were pregnant, it goes to you. So you got 2, I got 3. I'm okay with that.
Nobody believes you.
Everyone does. I mean, I'm definitely a better driver.
We drive differently. I prefer to let you drive because I don't want to hear your mouth.
No, right. I prefer to drive too, so that way I don't have to hit my mouth telling you how to drive.
Because you're a side seat driver,
Whatever.
and that's bullshit.
I guess.
It's the worst. Oh my god, I hate side seat driving.
I hate when people just be driving all like slow and like.
Just because I don't drive like you doesn't mean I'm a bad driver.
I didn't say that you were a bad driver. I said I'm a better driver.
Sure. All right. So those were the most likely questions, but I did find a few more, and this is just a little more like getting to know you type stuff. And this is stuff that you can do with your newly significant other or somebody who that you do kind of know kind of well. So that
you do it with your ex.
I guess, but why would you want to?
I mean, listen, you may want to rekindle some things.
Oh, well, I mean, we are in the full swing of cuffing season, so maybe, I don't know. All right, so here you have to ask, here's the first question, just a little getting to know you type stuff. What is your favorite time of year and why?
What is your favorite time of year and why? I would probably say fall and spring.
Why?
Spring because I'm the first day of spring, so.
Your birthday.
And then fall, because fall is like the best weather. That's like that early hoodie weather. Like it's cold, but it's not too cold.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that. I used to love the winter, but now I'm like winter's too fucking cold. And we got like different type of bugs out here, so I can't like just open up my window. I might catch a motherfucking.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean? So.
Well, my favorite time of year, I would have to say, is summer.
Fuck no.
I love the summer.
The summer is hot as shit.
I don't mind.
It's all sweaty. It is hot. And did I mention that it's hot as shit?
Well, my birthday is in the middle of summer. And then
that's cool.
I like the summer because I like that I don't have to have any extras. I can just walk outside with myself and my purse, and that's it. There's no coat, there's no hat, there's no scarf, there's no gloves, there's no boots, there's no changing shoes.
Until you get into your car and it's hot as fuck.
That's what automatic start is for.
And you got that leather seat and your fucking legs burning. That's what
auto start is for, and the air conditioner's already going.
And you touch the motherfucking
steering wheel.
That shit is on fire. And you have nothing else you can do. Nah, fuck the summer.
Well, that's my favorite time of year.
That's what's up, though.
What is your favorite holiday?
Favorite holiday? I don't have one.
Really?
You know, I don't really care about any of them shits for real. Whatever holiday gets me out of work, there you go.
Martin Luther King Day.
I don't gotta work for that. Sorry.
That's racist.
But it gotta be like the national, like New Year's we get off, Christmas and Thanksgiving. I think I want to get like 6-7 days off for real.
Thanksgiving is probably my least favorite holiday.
Yeah, that's because you don't like having to cook and.
No, it's not even about that. It's just that like it just doesn't really like do anything for me. It just kind of the whole holiday is surrounded about food. You know, I mean, Christmas. Honestly, as an adult, I can't fucking stand Christmas either. Like, I'm happy that we have Tatum now, so we can kind of see it again through the eyes of a child. But she was obviously too little this year. But Christmas is just a hassle. You
gotta buy people gifts. I really don't like Christmas. You gotta buy people gifts, and then you don't buy certain people gifts. Other people get you gifts, and now you feel obligated. You gotta buy them gifts and all the other shit.
I'd rather be like, don't give me nothing, and I don't get you nothing, and we both call it even.
Yeah, but I spend money on me, and I spend money. People gonna get Tatum stuff, and it's like.
But then that means we gotta get their kids stuff if they have kids, right?
I mean,
what if they don't have kids?
I don't know what the etiquette is, to be honest with you.
Well, can somebody tell us that? So, like, if I get it, of course, if I have a child, which we do, obviously, and then you have a child, and we get gifts for each other's children, got it. But what about those people who don't have kids and then buy your kids something? Like,
can I give you a card? Like, honestly, as I've gotten older, no, yeah, like a thank you card, just a little note or a picture.
Yeah, I had the pictures for Tatum, but then we didn't. I didn't. They never sent me the thing, the digital link, and then I forgot about it. And
that's what I said. That's the difference between me and you. Back to the question earlier. I'm going to complain about that. You are just going to be okay with that. They don't send you the digital link. You paid for it.
I forgot about it. See, I couldn't complain
I know.
You can't complain about what you forgot
exactly. about. Exactly. You forget about it because it doesn't even resonate with you that there's a problem. It's like
sometimes, yeah.
97%. But that's what makes you you.
Yeah. All right. My favorite holiday, I think my favorite holiday now as an adult though is like Halloween or New Year's. Because it's just to me, there's the holidays that get better as you get older. Because you can still do fun stuff like dress up, but then like on Halloween and then on New Year's, like you're grown, it's like you can actually go out or go away. Whereas
now if you have a kid,
well, not necessarily.
You gotta find somebody, and people don't want to watch your kids, or people who don't normally do shit now they ain't got shit to do.
But
just my.
Well, I mean, we've succeeded.
Yeah, I mean, listen, for New Year's, I mean, I don't mind staying home, so.
Well, we're not this year, but.
Well, obviously, I'm just saying. You said New Year's is yours. I'm saying it's.
Oh.
I was just.
Got it.
Be great.
So. All right. Here's another fun one, and then Let's see. We'll do like a few more. If you were asked to give me a nickname, what would it be?
If I was asked to give you a nickname, what would it be?
Yes.
Dani.
Okay. I was thinking like you would pick something outside of my actual nickname, but all right. If you were stranded on an island and allowed one luxury item, what would it be? Would it be one of those 30 pairs of sneakers?
If I was stranded on an island and I was allowed one luxury item.
Mm-hmm.
Probably like an iPad or something with like unlimited battery.
Would you have cellular data?
I don't have to speak to nobody. Fuck people.
So you just have stuff downloaded and just.
Hey, listen, as long as I can get some movies.
I was stranded on an island and allowed one luxury item. I think I would do like I was going to say a pool, but then I guess I'd be by the ocean, so that'd be kind of dumb.
Nah, a pool would make sense. But I don't think so. Is that considered a luxury item?
Everybody doesn't have a pool.
No, I'm just asking a question.
I mean, it's luxury to me. Because not necessary, but it's nice to have. I don't know.
Well, if that's the case, my luxury item would be a mansion. Since this has to be like luxurious, sorry.
Maybe I'd bring a cell phone. I don't know.
Nope.
All right.
I want to have a mansion on an island that's gonna have all my shit already in there, so I'm good.
So basically, you'd have your own private island, but wouldn't be struggling.
Pretty much.
I think. Do we have time? What time are we at?
I have no idea.
Maybe we have time for one more. Let's see. How about this one? What was your most embarrassing moment, and how did you respond?
My most embarrassing moment? I don't know. Most embarrassing moment?
I can share. I have an embarrassing moment. I don't know if it was my
or for you.
For me.
Go ahead. Yeah, you can start it off. Let me see what happened. Embarrassing moment.
Or you can just new. You're not embarrassed about
Black
anything.
Black bourgeois doesn't get embarrassed.
Yeah, this man over here. So, one of my most embarrassing moments was when I think I was like 20, and it was Mother's Day weekend, and I was at a Mother's Day gathering with you, and there was a lot of sangria, and I drank a lot of sangria.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So TJ and I were at this gathering. We had the sangria, had a lot of sangria. So I was tipsy. So then we left. We were in Jersey, so we had to leave to go back to Harlem. And so TJ was driving because he's the better driver. But because he's the driver, he decides that he wants to make all these fucking pit stops.
It wasn't a whole bunch of pit stops.
Because he was like,
stop. I had to go see my grandmother.
It was too many. One too many.
I had to go see my grandmother.
So he's like, I got to go see my grandmother. I'm like, okay. But I'm tipsy at this point. So I'm sitting in the car waiting, and he goes upstairs, and it's like we're double parked, I think. And I'm like sitting there waiting, and then it hits me. I gotta pee. And if you've ever been tipsy or drunk and the urge to pee hits you, it is an urge that is very hard to fight at times, especially when you've been holding it since before the George Washington Bridge. So I am like, I don't know if I called you, I texted you, I told you how to go to the bathroom. You were like, well, go to my grandmother, come up to my grandmother's. I'll, and go up there. So Get on the elevator.
The story, you're messing the story up all the way.
What did I mess up?
Because I was looking for parking, and then you had to use the bathroom. So I was like, all right, go upstairs.
Okay.
And then
I thought you were already up there.
No.
Okay, so that's the one part I made a mistake on. Okay, so TJ is looking for parking. That's why we were double parked. I was like, all right, I'm going to run upstairs and go to the bathroom. I get on the elevator, I go up to the door. I'm knocking on the door. No fucking answer. Y'all, I am kicking,
You weren't. You definitely weren't.
I was...
You probably went up there and was like...
I was banging on... I was tipsy, so I didn't have as much couth as I normally would have, especially for being your grandmother's apartment door. I am banging on this door because now it is like 5-alarm emergency.
Pee-pee time.
I have to go. And there is no answer at the door. So
what do you do, Danielle?
So you know what? I'm drunk. And I have to go to the bathroom. And soon, but nature takes its course. And it started to take its course.
Are you saying that you've...
I'm saying that, yes, I am saying that. I started to pee on myself. So... That's
so embarrassing.
Well, that's what they asked for, the embarrassing moment.
No, I get it.
So, I mean, listen, it was a decade ago, and, I mean, people pee on themselves all the time.
Was it a decade ago? I don't think it was 10 years ago.
I was 20. I'm 30.
You sure you was 20?
I'm positive.
So you're just admitting to all of our lovers, hey lovers, you're admitting to all our lovers out there that you were underage drinking.
I was really close to 21. It was like May.
Nope.
I turned 21 in July.
So you were underage drinking. Some kind of role model you're going to be for Tatum.
Anyway.
Godly.
So
I tell you.
Nature starts to take its course. And I'm like, oh shit. I can't stop this. It's not like I can keep letting this happen and I'm standing in the hallway of this apartment building. I can't wait for the elevator and get on the elevator with somebody. So I drunkenly run to the stairwell and I run down 11 flights of stairs and just going the entire time because I'm trying. So
she lived on 11th floor. So from 11th
to the first floor.
Oh, it's actually the second floor. I don't know why it does that. But anyway.
Yeah, so...
You just left. You let everyone know who you were.
I didn't let everybody know. I had a jacket.
I'm pretty sure you left a puddle on every step.
I don't...
But anyway,
I can't... I was too tipsy to remember.
It'd be great.
So I get to the main floor. I'm like... I happen to have like a light like jacket or sweater. So I have that wrapped around me. I like run through the lobby. TJ still hadn't found parking, so I like... No,
I did find parking.
I thought you hadn't, because I your car.
It was double parked or
whatever. The car was still in front of the building.
No, I found parking in front of the building.
Okay, well,
and then you.
I made a nosedive, like basically, I jumped into the front passenger seat of the car, and I'm like, "Let's go." And then at that point,
you wouldn't say "Let's go." You was there. And then at that point, I was looking for you.
Yeah, he was yes, I apologize. So again, it was 10 years ago.
I went upstairs.
So he went looking for me. And the time it took me...
I asked my grandmother. I knocked on the door.
And she answered the door as soon as he fucking knocks.
Hey, baby. I'm like, did Dani come upstairs? She was like, oh, no, Dani ain't up here. She said she came up here. So now I'm worried. I'm like, all right, let me go downstairs. Go downstairs. Dani's nowhere downstairs. That's what it was. You wasn't downstairs. And then I looked at the car and you were there.
And then you're like,
Will came.
TJ's this is why I'm the one voted most likely to be nice. So he's like, where were you? And I was just like, your grandmother didn't answer the door. But where were you? Blah, blah, blah. And now his best friend is standing at the car too. So
I don't think I was asking you where were you.
You were pissed, and you were like,
I was pissed because I was worried about you because you were
hell of a way of showing it.
Because you were supposed to be going to my grandmother's house, and you weren't there.
Didn't answer the door.
You didn't take your time. And that's the difference. Back to the question earlier, you'd be like, well, they didn't answer, so let me just find my way.
I promise you, that day I was banging and kicking and yelling, not yelling. But banging on that door.
Well, you were a 20-year-old drunk, so you may have not known.
I was doing everything in my power to get the attention of your beloved grandmother.
Grandma.
But she must have been in the back and did not hear me or did not get to the door.
Well, that's besides the point.
So anyway, I'm in the car. TJ comes flying out, and he's like, where were you? I don't understand.
I was on 10.
And so Will is standing next to him. So I'm trying to mouth to him like, I went to the bathroom on myself. And he's like, what? And I'm like, I went to the bathroom on myself.
I was like, what?
He's like, what? I don't understand you. Just speak up. Just Mr. Anyone who knows TJ, he's just all rah, rah, rah.
What am I?
Rah, 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 nigga.
Okay.
So.
I'm a bitch.
Your words, not mine.
I mean.
And so.
Your insinuation.
I finally, looked him deep into his eyes.
In my eyes.
I was like, I said it one last time. I peed on myself. And then you see his face change from anger and rage to, complete amusement and laughter. He thought it was fucking hysterical.
I did.
And so
that's how life works.
Then and only then does he get into the driver's seat and then take me home so that way I can, of course, wash my clothes, take a shower, change and everything like that. So super humiliated, super tipsy, got fussed out by my then boyfriend until he laughed at me once he realized what happened. Because it's obviously in the past, it's part of my life. It's a funny story. I don't mind telling it, but that was definitely one of my most embarrassing moments that come to mind.
PP girl.
See,
PP gal.
Let's not do that.
PP gal.
Let's not do that. What's your embarrassing?
I don't really have embarrassing stories. I don't get embarrassed by the shit that happens. Life happens, and fuck you gotta. So
I just told this whole story. I'm gonna have nothing to share.
I'm going to give something. Jeez.
Mm-hmm. We're listening. Inquiring minds want to know.
I guess my embarrassing story would be in Miami when a projectile vomited.
Oh, I was so
Did I ever bring that up on any of these episodes? I feel like I may have. I don't know.
I was
but,
so mad.
I was in Miami with my line brother. My brother took him to the Miami for the first time. My guys, 407 boys, we out there. We are rah-hocking. We just chilling. And it was the night before we was leaving. First off, this trip was weird because we booked the hotel and then my friends were like, well, we know this person and we can stay at her house for free. So free, everybody wants free, but they didn't really specify that she lived 30 minutes from South Beach. Mm-hmm. So we're there. And it was cool. It was a nice little house, you know what I mean? But we needed a car to get around. And then TJ being TJ, I was like, listen, it's my brother's first time. Fuck this. We're gonna get a hotel. I'm gonna pay for it. Y'all can come. Y'all can stay here. So everyone. So we got some hotel that was on the strip, but it was a 2-bedroom studio. Mm-hmm. So we just piled up in this bitch. So anyway, last night we're gonna go to this Cuban restaurant, and I was trying to get ready for the night. So went to the store. Got these 2 Four Locos. And this is when Four Locos was the shit. This is when Four Locos first came out. So I'm, me being me, I was I need 2. Because 1 is not going to be enough. So I downed 1 Four Loco. Throw that. Finish. Down half of the second Four Loco. Give my brother the other half. You know what I mean? And then I'm yo, we good. We Gucci. Oh, I also smoked some weed that I found off the floor.
Oh, and that's illegal.
Nah, it was legal at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
What are you going to tell
That was stupid, too. That was the dumbest thing. But listen.
Stupid as hell.
You live and you learn. It could have been laced with something, but it wasn't. And whatever. But I didn't even know what I was doing at that time. So, that doesn't matter. So, we at this Cuban restaurant. We order all this food, and it hits me. You're drunk. You are super just fucked up drunk. And this is before all the stuff came out about Four Locos and how it was bad for you.
Blackout juice. Yeah,
it was before all this. So I'm at the table, order my food. Me and my guys are laughing. I'm I gotta go. I gotta get up. So I get up, I go in the bathroom, throw up. All right, come back. Food is there. We cracking it. I'm eating. Everyone eating, we laughing, we joking. Go back in the bathroom. I throw it up. So then I come back to the table and I'm like, I'm done, guys. Like, can we wrap this up? Cool. So as we're talking, whatever, I just pop up and I projectile vomit all over the table in the restaurant, like all over like everybody food got hit. Everybody, like if it was 8 of us, all 8 plates got hit.
That's disgusting.
And I don't remember paying for it. I just walked out after that. I walked out. I went to the trash. I was trying to throw up more. And then my line brother decided to take pictures of me and post it on Twitter.
I was hot.
And Danielle was so livid. So I guess that would be my embarrassing moment.
I was so mad.
But I wasn't embarrassed. Fuck it. Life happens.
I was like, if that had been me.
If it had been you, it would have been you. I wouldn't have cared.
You would have lit into me about how
irresponsible Why would I have lit into
hold my own?
If you were with your sister, having a good time, and you drank too much, I didn't let into you on your 25th birthday.
You tried to.
I didn't. I laughed. I was laughing. I was joking. I got pictures.
But I got sick like a lady. I was classy.
You weren't classy.
And I was in a corner
You
somewhere.
walked the streets of Baltimore City, barefoot.
I went from point A to point B.
You still walk the streets of Baltimore, Maryland, barefoot. There's no comparison ever. But I didn't say anything. You know what I mean? I guess again, my line brother being my line brother, he's all about the attention. So, and we posted on IG. It may still be on IG. On Twitter. It may still be on there. Just saved. Like, shit was bad. It was bad, but it made for a great story.
Picture you up in that restaurant.
Nah, me and you went back on our layover from our honeymoon.
No, not our honeymoon.
Oh.
From Derek and Nikki's wedding.
Yes. In Panama, you're right.
Yes. So,
which was also lit, but another story for another day. So that was it
was quote unquote embarrassing, but you aren't embarrassed by it, or maybe because you don't really remember it.
I remember it. I remember it. Yeah, I remember that my brother took care of me for the rest of the night. My guys went out, and my brother stayed with me, as a big brother would do. And, I appreciate it. I mean, you learn from it. I haven't had a projectile vomit ever since then.
Yeah, because 4 locals are probably banned in the United States now.
But, I live life to the fullest. And at the end of the day, if I had to go, I can feel comfortable saying that I lived it at 100% and not lived it and try to do what was right for the people and do what people wanted. I live for me. You know what I mean? So I'm okay with it. I don't get embarrassed by stuff too much. So it happened. It's a lesson learned, and you move on from it. Now I'm a better throw-upper.
Yes, there's levels to the shit.
As Eric would say, I'm still the Yak King, but the Yak King hasn't been out in about a year, 2 years.
Good for you. I'm proud of you.
Whatever.
That's growth.
I mean, that's what life is all about. You live and you learn, and you have fun.
Teaching. I'm gonna throw up.
I think that's how it was for real.
That's how he sounds all the time when he would get say,
and I just projectile. You know how mad they were that I threw up all their food?
You know how mad I'd be if I was the waitress?
I don't know if they paid for it. That's the shit that, I don't know if they paid for it. I don't know if the meal was comped.
I don't
Those poor Cubans was probably like, never again.
I'm sure they just wanted you out of their restaurant.
Never again.
You probably.
And the restaurant isn't like a big restaurant.
Not at all.
It's like a small mom and pop restaurant. Food is good as shit.
Great food.
And I just.
See, you think that's so funny.
I think it's funny,
yes. You probably caused a chain reaction of vomiting in that restaurant after you left.
I probably did.
Somebody walked in and smelled.
I wonder if they lost money tonight. I wonder if somebody was like, I want my meal comped.
They might have.
I want my meal comped.
You could have put them out of business.
Don't say that.
I mean, you know they're still there.
We know that they're still there, exactly.
But
I mean, listen, you gotta live. You gotta live a little, and so that's it for those questions.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that.
Hey,
I hope you enjoyed that too, TJ, not just them.
No, I did. We have an email, but we'll dive into that on next episode. I promise.
Okay. Yes.
I promise to my listener who sent me an email. We will definitely dive into it in the new year, so that way it can be more focused on. We've been rapping for some time.
Yeah, I think it's ready to wrap things up.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the last thing that we're gonna have, again, this episode's a little unorthodox. It's just gonna be our resolutions, which kind of falls into it can be a quarrel, as well as what we just talked about. We had some quarreling there, so did I use that right? Quarreling?
Yes.
All right, cool. Got to make sure my human dictionary, encyclopedia. So, resolutions for 2018, finish my master's, second master's.
True.
I can't wait to be done with that.
Same.
I'm going to say losing weight.
Facts.
Me
too.
I'm at my biggest,
Ditto.
And even though I'm at my biggest, see me on the court, I'm still moving like I'm a, point guard, two guard. I'm out here. Every time they be like, I ain't know you can move that fast, big fella. But being a parent, I want to be here for Tatum, and I just want to be more accountable for myself. So that's something that I hope that I can obtain in the new year. I already got stuff in place. I got some people to hold me accountable. So, I think those are my major things. My Tatum's turning 1.
I can't believe
so
it.
Planning her birthday.
It's crazy.
I got to make sure that it's lit. And we got to have a whole list, because when we became parents, there were so many other people who became parents with us.
Yes, 2017 was the year of babies.
From different lives. People we grew up with, people from family, from friends, sorors for you, and friends through other friends. It's so crazy, and it just makes you realize, like, oh shit, like your child has more friends than you do at such an early age. So it's probably gonna be Sesame Street theme, because that is her shit.
Yes.
So those are my things to plan. Also, just planning my time better. But I think once school is over, I'll be good with that. And moving up. I don't have to find a new job. I love my company that I work for, but moving up, I think it's time to move up. So those are the things that I'm trying to obtain in 2018. How about yourself?
Some of my goals are definitely the same, like about taking care, like, health as far as losing weight and, gearing up for baby girl turning 1. It's just so exciting and so crazy. It's creeping up on a year now. My goal, because I don't want to say resolution, because I feel like sometimes people fall through on like resolutions, but my goal, like I put in kind of my post that I spoke on earlier in the episode, is like to stop over apologizing and
facts
tolerating treatment that I don't deserve from people.
Facts.
And because it's very much in my spirit and my nature to give people the benefit of the doubt, to try to see the bright side of things, try to be the eternal optimist. And that's great qualities, and as an asset has at times proven to be an asset to me. But at the same time, it's like people try to take advantage, people try to overtalk me, people try to overpower me with their words or their actions, and I'm just like not here for that shit anymore.
Fuck them. Catch these hands.
And then
2018 is the year of catch these hands.
Proverbial, hopefully. And then my other one is just to, be okay with however I feel. Like, if I'm happy, being okay with being happy. If I'm sad, feeling okay with being sad. Like, not feeling like I gotta justify or explain my emotions or my thoughts to other people. You know, it's really just about, and then also just last goal, it's like working on loving myself at this present time and size in my life. Like, you know, I'm still worth putting effort into myself, if that makes sense. So, not necessarily easy goals or resolutions, but ones I really hope to accomplish next year as the year goes on, not only for myself, but for my family, for Tatum, because I want to be somebody who she can look up to and that she can admire and that she can, you know, respect and maybe even emulate in some ways. So those are my goals / resolutions for the upcoming year. But with that being said, I think it's time to take it down. And is there anything else that you need to say?
Another thing is to continue growing this podcast. We're working on a website.
Yes.
And we just want to grow this thing more and more. We're working on a guest list.
Yes, we are.
On having people on our show. We're thinking about going on other podcasts. So we'll keep y'all in tune and updated with that. And if y'all have any other questions, concerns, or anybody that you would like to hear us have on there, or a certain type of couple or person, please use the email
loversquarrelshow@gmail.com. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at loversquarrel7 and on Instagram at loversquarrelshow. So,
and I be on the Twitter a lot. Like,
yes, he does.
I used to use Twitter before, but I was like, I don't have time for this. But Twitter is like really interesting. A lot more interesting than I forgot.
Yeah, it's kind of more fringe now. So it's real interesting, the type of conversations that happen on on Twitter versus like Instagram. But with that being said, this has been another episode of Lovers Quarrel. This is our last episode of 2017, and we're, going to be bringing you more content and conversation in 2018 and more consistently. So thank you for riding out with us and listening to us, and we hope that you enjoy. Again, this is Dani.
And this is TJ.
And this has been Lovers Quarrel.
This is Lovers Quarrel, and a Happy New Year's to everybody. And to Dani, I love you.
I love you,
and I'm going to see you in the new year.
Yes.
As we celebrate it in Vegas.
Yes.
So we're about to get ready to
get on this flight.
Yeah, so.
Yes, we will, and we'll, share a little bit with you as we enjoy our new year, bringing it in, big style this time.
Fancy.
Yes.
Very fancy.
But as always, we fuss.
We fight.
But we love. Bye.
Bye.